For years, we've seen Elon Musk go toe-to-toe with some of the world's most despised corporate overlords. If it's not Jeff Bezos, it's Mark Zuckerberg, but if it's not Mark Zuckerberg, it's none other than Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates. Today, on Business Mob, we will be taking a look at the new chapter in the ongoing feud between Elon Musk and Bill Gates, and it has everything to do with Tesla. But before we get into that, it's worth noting how Bill Gates' billionaire persona has been tainted. In recent years, a tumultuous divorce, allegations of misconduct with female employees, steamy affairs, and alleged ties to Jeffrey Epstein's chain of soliciting minors has contributed to this persona. Things aren't looking good from Bill Gates, and let's not forget the current scandal in which Gates has been accused of profiting handsomely from COVID-19 vaccination programs around the world, so perhaps it's not so surprising to see that Elon Musk just called out Bill Gates for allegedly wanting to short Tesla in a tell-all tweet aimed at exposing the Microsoft billionaire. Musk called out one of his longtime nemesis about this devious maneuver. The vicious tweet was in response to a question from one of Musk's followers asking if he had seen a screenshot of an alleged text conversation between both billionaires, to which Musk responded that yes, he had, but he didn't want to leak it to the press, implying that the text chain must have been leaked from one of Bill's friends. The Twitter account that asked Musk about those text messages was at Homer's blog, a popular account that heavily discusses Musk's upcoming projects in SpaceX and Tesla. It's also one of the couple accounts that Musk regularly responds to while being on Twitter. In fact, the owner of the entire Mars blog account is Omar Kazi, one of Elon Musk's co-defendants in a harassment and libel suit filed by Aaron Greenspan. Greenspan is the founder of Plainside, a public records database, and an outspoken critic of Elon Musk. He also bet on shorting Tesla stock in the allegedly heated text exchange. Musk openly asked Gates if he still had a $500 million short position against Tesla. Gates' response was hilarious, as if he were a little boy caught by his mother sticking his hand in the cookie jar. He responded modestly, "Sorry, I had him close it out, but I'd like to discuss philanthropic opportunities," to which an angry Musk quickly responded and shut him down, saying, "I cannot take your philanthropy on climate change seriously when you have a massive short position against Tesla. The company is doing the most to combat climate change, but this is not the first time that Gates has taken a bearish stance on Tesla. In fact, last year, Gates mentioned a few positives about Tesla before reverting back to his negative opinion. While speaking with Kara Swisher, a New York Times opinion writer, Gates said about Tesla, "It's important to say that what Elon did with Tesla is one of the greatest contributions to climate change that anyone's ever made, and underestimating Elon is not a good idea." But he also sarcastically mentioned that Tesla was doing easy work by only making passenger cars. Gates urged Musk to have a greater impact on climate change by extending his influence into other industries. Gates stated that companies such as Tesla are not doing enough in other highly polluting industries, such as cement, steel, and meat, as well as the industries that most people focus on, such as passenger cars and electricity, are only 1/3 of the issues facing climate change. Unfortunately, Gates believes that entrepreneurs like Elon Musk have failed to focus their attention on the remaining 2/3 that are plaguing our world today. However, this is not the first time that Musk and Gates have had an open disagreement concerning issues dealing with climate change. In fact, when Bill Gates announced that he purchased an all-electric Porsche Taycan in 2020, a curious Twitter user asked, "I wonder why Bill Gates decided to go with the Taycan instead of a Tesla," to which Musk quickly replied, "My conversations with Gates have been underwhelming, to be honest." Musk has repeatedly chastised Gates for attempting to short his company's stock. When asked about the possibility of shorting Tesla last year, Gates responded, "I don't talk about my investments, but I think he should be very proud of what he's done." In a February 2021 interview with Bloomberg, Gates stated that he was positive about Tesla when asked about Elon Musk's claims that he wanted to short Tesla. Musk, on the other hand, believes that Gates' motivation for shorting Tesla has nothing to do with the company itself, but rather with his lack of understanding of the technology. However, it appears that Gates is playing a series of mind games when it comes to his true position on Tesla, which is why Musk has been very critical and comedic about Bill Gates and his stance on various social and political subjects over the years. However, Musk did admit that he was looking to move forward from his tough criticism of Bill Gates, as well as the jokes that he made about him earlier in April. Musk wrote a cryptic message on Twitter that he was moving on. People initially assumed he was referring to leaving Twitter, and perhaps he had changed his mind about buying the social media platform. However, following widespread claims that he was not buying Twitter, Musk finally admitted that he was not moving on from Twitter, but he was moving on from making fun of Bill Gates on multiple occasions. Musk has been embroiled in a verbal brawl with the Microsoft founder over his refusal to collaborate with Gates on various elements dealing with climate change, primarily because Musk finds it insulting that Gates continues to short Tesla shares. In fact, Musk tweeted moving on from making fun of Gates for shorting Tesla while claiming to support climate change action. This came just days before the world's richest man secured more than $44 billion in financing to complete his takeover of Twitter, with $21 billion believed to be his own money. The funding structure was outlined in a filing made by Musk in mid-April at the Securities and Exchange Commission. In the beginning, there was a lot of controversy surrounding Musk's offer because it was deemed hostile because it bypassed the company's board. In response, some of Twitter's major board members even launched a poison pill defense, a tactic aimed at preventing Musk from purchasing more than a 15% stake in a company. You have to admire Elon Musk and his attempt to rule Twitter. One thing is certain, he and Gates will never be on the same page. There's just too much bad history and verbal attacks for the two to ever sit down, work together. I guess it's going to be the cold shoulder for Gates until he publicly reverses his stance on wanting to short Tesla. It just goes to show that even if you're rich, you can't make friends with everybody. That's it for this video. Until next time, Business Mob.